welcome to another issue of the Headless Hammerhead Guide to Comics and More. Today we're going to continue our series on the Lancer role-playing game, and this time we're going to be discussing systems from GMS, which is the primary manufacturer of the first mech that exists in this world, in this universe. We're not going to waste any more time. Let's get to it. Unlike pilot gear, which is going to be used exclusively by your pilot, generally in narrative play outside of your mech, systems are upgrades and power-ups that are added to your mech. They're additional weapons and other abilities that you're going to provide to your mech that you can use during combat or even outside of combat, but with your mech. So there are several systems available to players at license level 0, which is the first level, and these are available from GMS, or General Massive Systems. You'll be able to add these to your mech beginning at license level 0, and the amount of these that you'll be able to add on depends on which ones you select. Some of them cost a certain number of system points, anywhere from 0 to 6. Most of them cost 2 or 3 points, and you are limited to a number of system points based on your license level. At license level 0, you get 6 system points that you're able to use. The first is the CompCon Class Assistant Unit. This for only 2 systems points, which is really inexpensive for what it is. You get an AI installed in your mech. This AI is not capable of independent thought, but it works similar to the computer systems that you see on a lot of sci-fi shows and movies, where you can talk to it, you can call on it, or you can even name it. You can say computer, or you can say Alexa, or whatever, Siri, and it'll respond to you and follow commands that you issue to it, and it can answer questions but does not have independent thought. So you can set it to run your mech while you're outside of your mech up to 50 spaces away, and you'll be able to communicate with it through, say, a headset or walkie-talkie, whatever, and issue commands to it. So if, for example, you need to get into a cave and your mech does not fit to retrieve an item or rescue somebody, then you can command your mech with this system to guard the entrance while you run inside and get whatever it is you need to get. And it will do it, and it will defend against any intruders that enter the area. And it is, because it's not full AI, it cannot cascade, which means it cannot go crazy and go against you or go on its own and go on a rampage. So it's a really good system to have, and for 2 system points it is a deal. The next system is Custom Paint Job. For 1 system point, it's another great deal. When you take structure damage, you roll 1d6, and on a 6 you return 1 hit point and ignore the structure damage, because it basically just scratches your paint. Great system. Can save you from a real pinch on a 1 out of 6 times, which is really good odds, and I recommend it. If you have 1 system point left to spend, go for this one. Then we have Expanded Compartment. Normally the mech can only fit 1 person, which is the pilot, but with an expanded compartment you'll be able to fit somebody else or an object up to size 1/2. And it's great if you are on a rescue mission. You need to rescue somebody from a wreck or whatever, and you need to carry them with you. You can take them in your mech with you in this way. They can also take over and pilot your mech for you. There will be some hindrances that they'll receive, like they'll be slowed and impaired, but it works like an AI, so you'll be able to have somebody run your mech, and as long as you trust them, while you exit and do whatever it is you need to do outside of your mech as well. Pretty good ability. For 1 SP, it's not a bad cost, but there are better ones out there.
Hey, sorry to interrupt, but if you're liking this video, please hit that like button, the thumbs up. It really helps me out a lot, and also make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. Thank you.
If you're a tank, especially at the lower license levels, Stable Structure is a great system to have for 2 system points. You gain +1 accuracy on saves to avoid prone or knockback. So if you're the tank, and even if you're a front row brawler, this is great because it keeps you in combat without taking the negative effects of being knocked back or prone. If you're a striker slash blaster, or even if you're a support slash buffer, turret drones are a great ability to have with 2 system points cost. You get 3 uses of it, and as a quick action you can deploy the drones, attach it somewhere in the area, and as long as they are within sensors and line of sight, they can attack somebody within 10 spaces. And this attack is automatic. Whenever an ally of yours lands a hit against somebody, the turret drone as a reaction will also land a hit once per round, dealing 3 damage, which is really great way to boost your own allies' attacks. Type 3 projected shield is perfect if you're a controller or support, where you're basically hacking to either buff your allies or debuff the enemies, the hostiles. Then you can deploy this projected shield. It costs 2 system points to add it onto your mech, and basically you will be able to give 2 difficulty dice until the start of your next turn to any melee attacks that are done against you or that you do to them. So if you're striking with E-attacks, electronic attacks, then you don't need to worry about it, and anybody trying to hit you gets 2 difficulty, which is great to keep you out of trouble. Flight with a mech is very clunky, so most of the flight systems that you'll see give you very temporary flight, usually for 1 round, except the EVA module. This one is made to be used in a vacuum, in space, 0 gravity, or underwater, and it allows you to fly, keeping you from being slowed during movement. Costs 1 system point. Pretty great price to pay if you're going to be in space quite a bit or underwater. Then we have the rapid burst jump jet system. That costs 2 system points, and that lets you fly when you boost, but you have to end on the ground at the end of your movement, or you risk falling. Finally, we have the Type 1 flight system. Costs 3 system points, and basically you may choose to count any and all of your movement as flying. So you can use just part of your movement as flying as well, but you take your size plus 1 heat at the end of any of your turns in which you move this way. It is risky taking this heat, especially if you use a bigger mech, and it's a 3 system point cost. It's very steep. I would stay away from this one, to be honest. And there you have it, another issue in the bag. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any comments, please leave them in the space below. I respond usually within an hour. If you liked the video, please leave me a thumbs up. If you didn't, leave a thumbs down, but make sure to leave me a comment telling me how I can make it better and improve my videos. Hit that subscription button and also the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. And thank you again for watching and supporting my channel, and I will see you on the next one.